had a nice big recovery. We've actually broken through, after I stopped trading yesterday, we broke through the Fibonacci line level that I felt like it was hesitating at, and it broke through it pretty decisively. And actually this green price line that I drew that connects these two pieces, it is sitting right at that point now. So I feel like, and that's also, if you look, that's also the SMA that I have drawn here as well. So I feel like we are kind of at a holding point. We're sitting here. It's very possible that it will break through and drop. It's also possible that it will continue up. I would say it's just about 50-50 this morning. If anything, I'm leaning towards it dropping a little bit just because sometimes it wants to catch the SMA, the gold SMA here on the 4-hour chart. So it's possible it'll either go flat or drop down a little bit till it meets that before it heads up. So, okay, we're just kind of waiting for a good opportunity, waiting to see what it does. It has broken through just a smidge there, broken through a little bit more. So I went ahead and put in a short order right there and put in a stop to protect my losses. And it's looking good. Put in an exit order down here to get out. And the first trade I made 137, so that was good. And you can kind of see this is the lowest point right here that it hit, so that was a good place to get out. Now we can see that we have dropped through that green price line that I have drawn here, and the MACD on the short-term chart here is looking like it is going to bounce and come up. Not a terribly surprising place to do it because that's the lowest point that we can see right there. So I went ahead and put in a long order right there, and I'm hopefully going to ride it up until this point right here, which would be a really good trade. And just to be sure that I'm not incorrect in that, I put in a stop order to protect my losses. And it was a little iffy there and actually did get stopped out. So I lost almost all my profits for the first trade, all but $50. So at least I'm still in the green. So that's a good thing. Okay. All right. And now it's really showing signs of it recovering even more. So I went ahead and put in another long order at almost exactly the same place. I should have just waited on that last trade, I think. Okay, and I put in a stop order to protect my losses, one tick below the lowest it's been for the day, and put in my exit order up here at the gold SMA. Lowered that down just a little bit. I just didn't want to get stopped out too soon when I really felt like it was probably going to go up. So sure enough, we can see a recovery through here. And it hesitated at the first SMA. So I put in an exit order a little bit lower than I had originally anticipated and got out there. So now I'm sitting at 212 and I've made 3 trades. And it is just 2 minutes after the opening bell. So when it went up a little bit further and kind of flattened out, and I had that preconceived idea that it was probably going to be dropping, balanced with the fact that we are still kind of sitting at a support level here. I placed a short order, and we can also see on the MACD that also looks like a really good trade, that it's probably going to drop. I think I got stopped out there, it looks like. I put in a stop order, and it happened so quickly I didn't even get a chance to show that I'd gotten into that trade. Okay, so the momentum going up is actually gaining strength, which kind of surprised me. And we are kind of sitting at a support level here, so I did a long trade this time. And hoping it goes up, and it's looking good. Okay, and I placed my exit order right here, and notice there's no stop because I'm getting more confident that it's actually going up. That's a pretty big, strong green candle there, very strong bullish sentiment. So I got out here, and I'm sitting at 275, and it is 9:49. I've got about 10 minutes left before I really like to stop trading. I actually took a little break and did some other things and just kind of stepped away from it for a little while, which I really think helps my mindset. And would check on it occasionally, just kind of waiting for a drop. And boy, oh boy, did we ever get one. It was a big drop. And so I kind of thought that perhaps it was going to bounce there. I did a long order, and because of these two green candles, I was a little more certain that it was going to go up. And so I did not put a stop order in. And it kind of broke through the support there and showed signs of it possibly dropping. It held for a little while, and I was hopeful a time or two. And then we had a big red candle, and I decided at that point, yeah, it's unfortunate, but I better put in a stop. So I put in a stop pretty far down there, and I did get stopped out. So I lost all my profits on that one, but I was really glad that I did place a stop because it did drop even further. And that was kind of a shocker. So now I'm kind of rethinking. It's like, are we not going up? It's really not sure. It's very volatile, a lot more volatile than I realized. Okay, so I'm seeing a bounce here. MACD looks really good. Even if it is going to drop, I'll bet you anything it's going to go up to this point before it does. So I placed a long order and a very tight stop, and I got stopped out. So I decided at that point, it was after 10, it's actually 10:16, I just called it quits. Unfortunately, I did make a loss today, but it's a very small loss of just $69. I made 7 trades, and only 3 of them were good. So it was difficult for me to predict the market this morning, more difficult than I usually find it. So at this point, it's better just to stop trading and not even try anymore. So anyway,